Mike's hot boots on the ground, troops coming heavy with the no-nonsense sound. Ain't no filters, we break the mold. Stories hidden, swept away, now they're getting told. Spotlights hit, the tension pops. We ain't here for nothing but the real damn drops. We're busting bubbles, taking names, cussing and discussing, changing the game. No smoke, no mirrors, no curtain calls. Piss on the fire and call the dogs. Steel chairs, court stairs, backstage heat. Legends fall when we bring that beat. Voices sharp, we cutting right through. Best damn team, yeah, you know it's true. We ain't your daddy's play-by-play. We call it raw, we're here to stay. From bell to bell, win or lost. Shoot, don't care who signs the checks or calls the boss. Putting out fires, taking names, cussing and discussing, fueling the flames. Standing tall when the last bell call. Piss on the fire and call the dogs.
Hello, everybody. We are live for this edition of Cussin Discussin. I am the Doctor of Professional Wrestling, Mike Blankenship, PhD. Alongside me this evening, the excellence of elocution, Walter Dixon. Well,
Doc,
you finally made it.
yes, I finally made it back from the back 40 at Hell's Half Acre. That is West Virginia. And we do not have an interview this week. We do not have anyone joining us. We're kind of going back to classic cussing and discussing.
Yeah. But we do have a lot to talk about.
There is a lot to unpack.
Yes, there is indeed.
So,
as much as I want to jump in to Midnight Madness 4 out of Ironton, Ohio this past Friday, which was a banger of a show.
Yes, it was.
There was something that happened on Saturday, the 23rd, that we need to talk about before we get into that. And that is the incident that is making waves all over social media, all over YouTube, Facebook, all the outlets out there. Everybody is talking about it, and we're gonna look at it a little bit.
Well, we're gonna look at it. We're gonna discuss it, and we might even cuss about it a little bit.
We may indeed. I'll go ahead and tell you. What we might say might piss some people off, so get ready. It don't matter. That's part of it. And the incident we're talking about is the incident that happened at Knox, I believe is the name of it, KNOKX.
Yeah, Knox Pro Wrestling.
Out in Los Angeles, California. Partially owned by WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi and his cousin, Black Pearl. But the incident in question is that of Syko Stu, or Syko Stu. You don't say it 3 times fast. And Raja Jackson.
Yeah, Raja Jackson is the son of UFC legend, UFC and Pride legend, Quentin Rampage Jackson. Some of you may even know him as this generation's Mr. T, a.k.a.
He was Mr. T on the A-Team remake, yes.
So, look, going into this entire situation, you have to understand that this is, as the doc mentioned, this is a truly sort of up there quality wrestling promotion, right? This is Rikishi.
At the time of this incident, it was an affiliate with WWE ID.
Right.
That no longer is. We'll talk about that later.
You have to understand that this is a high quality wrestling promotion. if you haven't watched Syko Stu, go to Facebook or YouTube and look Syko Stu up and look at some of his matches in the past, not this incident. Look at what he has done in the ring prior to this, because he's actually really talented.
He is a talented individual, had some great matches, also a veteran of the United States Armed Forces.
Yes.
But just to set the mood up, Roger Jackson was invited to the promotion by one of the other wrestlers to be in attendance. It was talked about, if I'm not mistaken, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that he was going to be working with Syko Stu.
Yes.
Started out prior to the actual event, a little bit of a face-to-face confrontation. I think it started more, not so much a confrontation as just, right, it wasn't
hey,
a confrontation.
Stu,
it was,
hey, Stu, come over here and meet Raja Jackson.
yes.
And Stu was under the impression that Raja had some wrestling experience,
Knowledge of some sort.
which is true, but it's not professional wrestling.
Right.
So maybe to start off with, Stu was under some pretense, some false pretense, right? Yeah. Raja is highly trained, very, very good. He's a very good mixed martial artist for a young man, being trained by his father, first of all, and several other of his father's cohorts in mixed martial arts. So Raja is a tough guy with a lot of mixed martial arts background, including wrestling, which Rampage was known to be a heavy hitter and a dominant wrestler.
Right.
So,
but as the meeting takes place, it's a little back and forth exchange, and then Syko Stu with a beer can.
Yeah. Can, not a bottle. Sorry, Mark Henry. It was not a bottle. It was a can. It was not open.
Hits Ross Jackson in the head with a can.
Yes.
Now, I've been hit in the head with a can. It don't feel all that great.
No.
Ross Jackson doesn't sell it, doesn't register it really that he's been hit. Pretty much just
goes to his toughness. The fact that he had a full unopened beer can bounced off the side of his head, and he didn't even move.
Yeah. And I think there was a verbal exchange, kind of.
Yeah.
Then a couple of the wrestlers step in, separate them. Somebody tells Syko Stu that Raja isn't smart, as far as smart to the business.
Right. Make that clear that
he's not wrestling smart.
Pro wrestling smart.
But anyway, immediately Stu apologizes, offers his hand.
Yeah.
It's not accepted as far as shaking hands immediately. If I'm not mistaken, again, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, one of the other people tells Roger Jackson, it's all right, you can get your receipt later on. Basically. And then he shakes his hand and goes off.
Yeah.
Nothing is done for the next couple hours. Roger Jackson actually is live streaming this at this point on his Kick feed, if I'm not mistaken. And during this time, people are on the program interacting with him. He is getting upset during this time. And they are pretty much riding him, telling him that he deserves to be upset, that he should be angry, that he needs to do something, that he's been disrespected. And
these are people that are following Raja Jackson, so they are probably not smart to the professional wrestling business either.
Yes, absolutely, and there's no doubt about it. But as this progresses, the madder he gets.
Yes.
And then during the match, Syko Stu is in. Raja Jackson, again, throughout the thing, he's telling what he's going to do to him, basically, that he's going to get some punches in. And basically, you saw the video. It's played all over YouTube, Facebook, whatever.
It's been everywhere.
It has
literally been viral for, 4 days now.
Yeah. Takes a deep double leg.
Very
deep, as in, we looked at the picture earlier. Syko Stu's head is ass level on Raja Jackson when he gets him all the way back and just slams him flat on his back, head bounces off, immediately knocked unconscious.
Yeah. So to stop there and kind of give that a perspective.
Yeah.
And we will back up and we're going to break this down a little deeper, but Doc is just wanting to kind of fill anyone in who's not been aware of this.
Right.
But this double leg, in collegiate style, Greco-Roman, even any type of shoot wrestling, when you shoot a double leg, you're going to come in pretty deep, but your opponent is not going to lay over your back. And you're going to carry that either forward and off to the left, or you're going to dump over to the right. It's not pushed forward in a spear or
almost
tackle.
like a spine buster.
Right. It should be done more like a spine buster. And because in true wrestling, and I say that because in shoot wrestling,
right, collegiate level,
you're not supposed to knock your opponent out. You're not.
No.
And to bounce their head, and referees in high school especially, and that's as far as my experience goes is high school. But referees in high school wrestling will warn you when you fully pick up a double leg, watch it.
Yeah.
Because they're telling you, do not just snap them down and bounce their head off the mat, because you can kill someone like that.
Indeed.
There's nothing wrong with a double leg, but you have to kind of bring it off to the side.
And let me say right there, indeed, a referee has the duty to instruct an athlete
out of safety
to be careful. And we'll touch on that in just a moment too. It's all right. That just shows it up automatically.
Yeah.
But
I just, if I usually won't see them here, and I'll see them over there because I'm more or less watching that screen.
Gotcha.
It just helps me. And I'd like to know if anyone's watching that has a question or comment, I'd be. But suffice it to say, this double leg was very deep, and rather than carrying this off to the side, Raja snaps it forward, which would be perfectly fine in a UFC octagon. But he snaps it forward. For wrestling fans, it almost looked like a Alabama slam.
Yeah.
Just a quick snap forward. This is not what Stu was expecting.
No.
He was not prepared to take that bump. And I do not think, even if he did know that's the kind of bump he was taking, I don't know, because it had a lot of force. I don't know if he could have stopped his head from smacking the mat. I really don't.
I really honestly don't think he could have.
But go ahead with, so we hit the double leg.
And immediately Jackson goes, at this point, whether he knows he's out cold or not, Syko Stu is out.
Yeah.
And delivers, I think there's counts of 20 and 21.
I thought I counted 22, but that's just me.
But
there's some 20, fast.
20 plus punches to the head, upper body. I'll give him the benefit on some.
Couple of them hit in the side of the neck,
right,
and shoulder area,
but
but most of them were
face on headshots to the head. And then one of the other wrestlers gets in and shoves him off, and a couple others get in and corner him, get him off of him.
Yeah.
Here's my question. 21 punches, 20 punches. Where was the friggin' referee during this whole thing?
So
I'll tell you where he was. So I know the answer to that question. Standing over in the corner, flapping his arms like a flying bird.
Yeah. So I talked about this once before on the show.
Mm-hmm.
There was Teddy Long went on Undertaker's 6 Feet Under podcast. And he was talking about a moment in the ring between Road Warrior Hawk and Dr. Death Steve Williams. These are two of the biggest, baddest dudes in wrestling at the time. And one of them got a little carried away, got a little, how do we say this?
Pissed?
One of them got pissed because the other one maybe laid a punch in a little too stiff.
Right.
One of them got a little stiff. The other one got mad about it. Then there's a receipt, and the one that got stiff first didn't think he was that stiff to deserve a receipt, so he throws another stiff one back and forth. And at that point, Teddy Long there's no chance that Teddy Long is breaking this up, because these are two of the, again, biggest and baddest dudes in wrestling at the time. So Teddy had walked in to break it up, and Dr. Death pushed him back in the corner and said, "Stay there."
Yes.
And Teddy's just standing in the corner 8 feet away going, "Now you stop that. You get over there and you stop that." So from a referee's perspective, and if referee Joshua happens to be watching right now, I'd like to know his thoughts on what he would have done in that situation, seeing Raja just unloading these rights and lefts. What would Josh have done? Because I know Josh is a bigger guy, and Josh has some training, and Josh is more than capable of holding his own if necessary. But also, if you stuck him between, I don't know, let's say Brutus and Xander Storm, I don't think he's stopping that. But he would try. Josh would try.
Let me back up on that.
Yeah.
Because here's where I differentiate Dr. Death and Hawk and Raja and Syko Stu.
Right.
When we're talking Dr. Death Steve Williams and Road Warrior Hawk, we're talking about two competently trained professional wrestlers.
Yes.
Who are schooled in the knowledge of the sport of professional wrestling.
Yes.
Now, granted, that was a shoot fight. Neither one of those guys were unconscious.
Bingo.
They were both able to defend themselves.
Yes.
So even if Teddy Long could have stepped in, they're able to defend themselves. Yeah, I can see where Teddy Long would have had a hard time prying them off. Now, let's say Dr. Death would have knocked Hawk out, or Hawk would have knocked Dr. Death
6
out.
of one, half a dozen of
Doesn't matter who hits the ground first. There is no doubt in my mind Teddy Long would have dove in.
Yes.
And threw himself on top of, or attempted to throw himself on top of whoever. And that's what I'm saying. In this instance, the referee stood there like a deer in headlights while Roger Jackson laid in 20-some odd punches, 20, 21, 22, don't matter, 18, 2.5.
Yeah.
And stood there while he done so
yes.
on an unconscious individual. Now,
Now,
2 hours early, Roger Jackson took a beer can to the head.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a cool down period? I mean, are you really that mad in 2 hours because somebody thumped you in the head?
No, I don't think. I honestly, I don't think that Roger was still that mad. If you had isolated Roger after the beer can incident, if the beer can incident happened and then the apology occurred, and then Roger had been isolated from his social media stuff and from fans telling him you shouldn't take that, all of that, I think Roger would have been calmed down enough that would have went over the spot that was planned would have went over perfect.
Right.
But
it didn't.
It didn't, because Roger was not isolated from those people who were
stirring the pot.
Stirring the pot, Brock's Boulder, stirring the pot.
There's our Brock's Boulder spot, and if Brock's is watching, call me a dick on national television.
We're not on national television.
We should be.
We're global.
Universal, even. You know, anyway, if we recorded this and sold it on a disc, it could go aluminum.
Absolutely. Maybe even copper.
I'll be damned. Wow. Anyway, so, back to what we're talking about.
The punches are raining.
But that damn Anthony, there's that dang Anthony Stidham. What?
Brock's would never.
That's fun. Yeah. See how you are.
So the punches are landing. The ref is just standing back there with his hands in the air, and in comes Daniel Mallow.
Mallow, yes.
Yes.
Douglas Mallow.
Douglas Mallow.
Douglas Mallow. I've got her.
Douglas Mallow. Douglas Mallow comes in. He is another wrestler. He's worked with Stu in the past.
He ain't stirring nothing. His nose is doing it too dang sore. If you've seen the size of Brock's Boulder's nose right now, hey Lord, let me show you this son of a gun.
I've seen it.
It looks plumb ugly. I mean, it's bad.
I almost would say it was an improvement.
I mean, he says it happened in a wrestling match.
Yeah.
I think Titan Troy done it too.
I guarantee it.
It's my fault. But anyway, back to what we
So Douglas Mallow comes through, and he's the first one to push Roger off.
Right.
And
Roger tries to take him.
And he's kind of, he's fighting for a little bit of control there to keep Roger in the corner and to keep Roger from taking him down. So at this point, Roger has lost complete control.
Yeah.
I fully believe Roger has lost complete control at this point. And that's kind of where everything ends.
Until
Stu is taken to the hospital. He is unconscious.
Something else occurs. While Stu is laying there,
mm-hmm.
unconscious.
Yes.
Another wrestler gets in the ring, pins him, and the referee actually counts the 3 count.
Yeah. So that was
loosened it up at least. Well, it kind of helped. I mean, but anyway.
So, do you think maybe, and I hate to digress here, but you think maybe that Anthony Stidham is the one that turned Brock's nose sideways?
May have.
It's possible.
You never know.
I mean, I don't know this guy. I looked for him this past Saturday, and I couldn't find him. I found Brock's several times.
Friday.
Friday. But look, so let's rewind, run it back.
Play it one more time.
All right.
And
break this down in detail. So Raja and Stu have a face-to-face in the parking lot pre-show.
Yes.
I think Stu was under the impression that Raja had wrestling knowledge.
Yes.
Well, he does, but it's not pro wrestling.
Right.
We've touched that. So Stu is, maybe he's testing this young kid. Maybe, who knows, right? Stu's a veteran.
Right.
Veterans like to rib. Veterans like to do things to the young guys. Who knows? Grabs a beer can, whack. Beer can to the side of Raja's head, and Raja immediately is like, what are you doing? Who do you think you are? Who do you think I am? For you to hit me with, and a couple wrestlers come in, wait a minute. Right. Let's hold this off. Somebody explains to Stu, hey man, he's not smart to the business.
Right.
Stu says, "Ooh, my bad. Hey, come here a second. I'm sorry about this. I didn't know. I didn't understand. I was just, whatever." And Raja didn't shake hands, but Raja also didn't decline the apology. He's like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. They part ways. Now we move on to ringside.
Right.
Raja's sitting ringside, and he's live streaming to Kick, and he's talking to his followers, and they're hyping him up. You shouldn't take that, man. You should get. But prior to that, Raja has said that one of the wrestlers pulled him to the side and said, "Hey, man, this is pro wrestling. You don't have to fight in the back. That's not how we do things. You get your receipt in the ring. You're supposed to go in there and double leg him and, throw a couple of punches, snug one of them up, right? Take one of them up a little tighter and maybe lay it in a little bit." So at this point, again, Raja is not trained in this. He doesn't understand. And then his fans are kicking him up and stirring the pot. He gets in the ring and he takes out his frustrations with 20 plus punches that to an unconscious man, leaving him with facial fractures, missing teeth, choking on his own blood
and teeth.
I do not know who that is calling me, but I wish they would quit. So I don't know. What I see both sides of this, Doc. I really do. And that phone has got me frustrated at this point.
Yeah.
Let me mute that so I don't have to worry about it again.
Right.
So this is a situation where a young kid got embarrassed.
Oh, yeah.
The very first thing that happens when he walks on the field, so to speak, is he gets embarrassed. And he lets a bunch of other people who have nothing to do with this. Stir him up, rile him up, and he goes in the ring and he beats on an unprepared individual who, dare I say, if Syko Stu knew that Roger was going to come in there and try to physically harm him, it would not have ended the way it did.
No, and let me go ahead and say one thing. We're calling him a young kid, and mentally he may be, but he's 26 years old.
Well, even at 26,
he should have knew better.
Well, obviously he should have known better, but he's still, look, we're in our 40s.
We also knew it.
Well, I knew at 26, if I was going to do something like that, first of all, don't do it in public.
You know, and let's just pull the curtain back. At 26, we both knew that. At 15, we both knew that professional wrestling.
I mean, at 11,
I love my sport. Don't you get me wrong, but I also knew that
it was a work.
It was a work. Yes, I mean, and
I'm having a hard time.
There is so many wrongs in this that it's not funny.
So,
and ultimately, somebody's going to start screaming bloody murder at me when I say this.
Right.
Syko Stu was wrong for hitting Roger Jackson.
Yes.
With a beer can.
Absolutely.
He apologized.
Yes.
All should, in a perfect world with reasonable people, from a reasonable standpoint, that should have been it. That should have been it.
Should have.
And when I say that, I'm saying in a totally perfect world with rational individuals.
Yes.
Case in point, when a certain somebody hit me in the head with a pop can, and they apologized for it after laughing at me, mind I say.
Well, it actually happened twice.
Yeah, it did. But I mean, the point of the matter being is it was apologized for and ended.
Well, okay, so to touch on that, to bring that into perspective with this, it happened twice. And there was plenty of blame to go around both times.
Yes.
Both times were the same scenario. You told this individual
to throw me a pop.
To throw you a pop while you were actually busy playing a video game.
Both hands on the controller. How am I going to catch a pop?
This individual not realizing that you actually didn't look at him, because there were others of us in the room that said, yeah, throw me one too. And he's throwing pops.
Yeah.
And he just throws me, throws you, and yours whack.
Yes.
Because
I wasn't looking. Focused. I was just repeating what was said. Yeah, throw me one too.
Yeah.
Boom.
So
that person,
he was at fault for not making sure you were paying attention.
Right.
You were at fault for saying, throw me one, and then not paying attention.
Right. But
the second time, you were the second time, actually, I believe, this is my opinion, I believe you were less at fault the second time than you were the first time.
Why
because, hear me out, because you said it, and he knew what happened last time. You did too, but again, you were in that state of just repeating what someone else had said. Yeah, throw me one too. Didn't think about the past. He was not his mind was not interspersed with something else. He was not being he was not being his attention was not elsewhere. So he should have said, maybe I shouldn't throw this one because I hit him in the face last time.
Yeah.
So there you go. But You
Here's the
learned
thing.
a valuable lesson the second time.
Never do that the third time.
Never tell that individual to throw you anything
Unless I was looking
unless
at
you are focused solely on him.
Point of the matter being, and going back to the discussion, when that person apologized
Yes.
to me and said that they were sorry, and hey, no big problem.
Bygones are,
That's it. It was over.
Yeah.
And that's where it should have ended with this scenario.
Yeah.
It should have died right there.
Yes.
But it didn't. You had people. Peer pressure, they always say peer pressure is a bitch. And it sure is.
Yes.
But
So
it's kind of like growing up, they always tell you, if somebody told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it?
Yeah.
If so-and-so jumped off a bridge, that means you going to do it too? I get it. Yeah, he probably deserved a lick. He probably did. But
one.
In my mind's trained MMA guy who was trained in MMA.
Yeah.
He knew when he done that double underleg and took him up over his shoulder and slammed him down. That's what I do to knock somebody out in an MMA fight.
Yeah. His daddy had really good luck with that double leg.
That's what I'm saying. Planted him. Yeah, what's up, man?
So, all right. Let's focus on where the blame lies, because that's what you were talking
and that's
about.
what we're working on.
Right.
Ultimately, you really want my honest opinion?
Yes. That's what we're here for.
Everybody shares in the blame. To some degree, everybody shares in the blame. And I know somebody out there saying, well, how is Syko Stu sharing in the blame? He shouldn't have hit him in the head with a beer can.
Yeah.
Roger Jackson should have cooled down.
Yeah.
The promotion should have knew better.
Yeah.
The idiot backstage told him you can get your receipt in the ring knowing he was an untrained man.
Yeah.
Everybody shares in the blame. Now,
I am fully on board with you.
Here is the problem. In a legal standpoint, and there is no doubt in my mind that there's a legal case.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's not good for the promotion.
No. We've already seen backlash on the promotion.
Well, the promotion from WWE, they've already been disenfranchised to the WWID brand.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good for Roger Jackson because ultimately he could be charged criminally.
Yes.
I mean, there are criminal charges that can be filed up to attempted murder if you really want the honest proof of it. And I know somewhere out there, like I said, people disagree, but okay. In a self-defense situation,
mm-hmm.
enough force to neutralize.
Well, it depends because
fist fight. Guy's unconscious. You're in a fist fight.
If the guy is obviously unconscious, if a person is obviously unconscious in an unarmed defensive situation,
yes. You have a duty
from
to stop
okay,
it.
I have to put myself in that
Right,
perspective.
put
What am I
yourself.
if I'm in a fight and I take a guy
I mean, I
down,
know I'm going to kill him.
I hit him twice and I realize he's
out.
unconscious. He's not getting up. He is no longer a threat. I should retreat at that point.
Yes, or at least distance yourself.
However, if you've watched enough of these backyard fist fights on YouTube,
it don't work that way, obviously.
Quite often, the guy will get up. He'll wake up, and within seconds, he'll wake up and he's groggy and he's disoriented and his equilibrium's just completely tossed. But the first thing he does is go, I got to get it back. And he comes right back for more.
And normally that's when he gets the poo stomped out of him.
And I have seen it take 5, 6, 7 times for a guy to get absolutely mauled for him to finally go, okay, I've had enough, and walk away. But that's in a defensive situation. This is
planned for the most part. I mean, I hate to say that, but
this is again, Stu thinks this is all planned. This is all a work. Stu is under the impression this is a work. When he gets picked up, he thinks it's a work.
Yes.
And you can even see, we talked about it earlier, you see in the picture,
his hands
are wrapped around Raj's waist
when he takes him back.
Because as he takes him back, I think, and this is just me looking at it, and from a pro wrestling perspective, I think Stu thought, oh, he's going to backdrop me. So he grabs the waist so that he can let his legs kick over, and then he'll drop out. But that's not what happened.
No, he plants him flat of his back, bounces his head off the mat. I mean, you and I put wrestling rings together.
Absolutely.
And
more times than I care to count.
It don't matter if it's, whether you're at an FTC show, AOG show, an EPW show, an ACW show, or whoever.
Yeah.
That ring's the same.
That ring is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
There could be a difference in the type of wood used above the frame. Sometimes it's plywood, sometimes it's 2x12s. I've even heard of people using like these custom cut boards that are not plywood. They're actual wood, like a 2x12 or a 2x6 or 2x10.
But they're
bigger sheet. So I don't know. I've never seen that personally, but I've heard of it.
Where do you think the blame lies?
So,
talk to me.
Stu was in the wrong, regardless of whether he thought Raja was a worker or not. Makes no difference. You don't walk up to someone and just go, "Hey, man," bow, and bust them in the head with a beer can the first time you meet them.
Whoa, yeah.
So there's Stu's fault. That Stu started the whole thing there. So he bears that percentage of the fault.
Right.
Raja, not understanding the situation, I don't hold him at fault for being mad about that. I do hold him at fault for not taking that opportunity and saying, "Oh, he's apologizing. He's being sincere about this. Let's just squash it," right?
Yeah. Cool off.
Raja should have taken that opportunity. I hold him at fault there. I hold the promotion at fault for bringing Raja in completely untrained. He didn't need training to be in the ring, but he should have been smartened up.
Yeah.
I hold the promotion responsible for that. The promoter, whoever was running that show that night, should have done that. The booker, the promoter, the producer, whatever.
Whoever told him you were going to get in there and get your receipt should have told him.
Whoever told him, "Hey, man, we don't fight behind the screen. If you need to do something, get your receipt in the ring," should have wisened him up there.
Yeah. What
Should have
they
said,
actually meant.
right, if you need to get a receipt, if you feel that you deserve that, then
that's where you do it.
Don't hit this guy with 100%.
You're not trying to kill him.
You're not trying to kill him. You're not trying to knock him out. But give him 50% and let him know that you didn't appreciate that.
Yes.
And that squashed. And then there's Raja letting his anger take the best of him, taking it out on a man who he fully, I will never not believe that Raja didn't realize Stu was out cold after the double leg. I think Raja knew. I think Raja didn't care.
I think he done it with intent to knock him out.
But I take it one step further than you did earlier. So right now we're on the exact same page.
Yes.
I think every single person on Kick who was egging it on.
Yeah.
Words.
Where you going?
Every person
I wanted
who
to say
was
that,
pushing the issue, every single one of them should hold some responsibility. Now, I'm not saying that they are responsible monetarily or even criminally, but they should each and every one be ashamed of themselves and feel some sort of responsibility for the beating that Syko Stu took. Every single one of them should be ashamed of themselves. Every single one of them should feel some sort of some sense of guilt. And honestly, if it were me and I had been egging it on, pushing Raja to do that, and I seen what happened, I would be the first one ready to donate to a Kickstarter, GoFundMe, or whatever for Stu. Because even though, like I said, they're not responsible financially, in a way, they need to make amends to Stu because it's their fault. I actually hold them more responsible than I do Stu or Raja, because Raja wouldn't. I honestly don't think he would have done that if it hadn't have been for 3,500 people in his comments going, "Man, you got to get him back. You gotta lay him out. You gotta."
At what point though do you say, you know what? I'm turning this thing off. I need to cool off. This is getting too much. I need to calm down.
And that goes back to my past statement of him being a kid. These kids today, between the ages of about 17 and 28, they are absolutely the most immature adults. These are adults. Let's be real. I call them kids for a reason.
Let me go ahead and say that,
but they are adults.
We're not talking about everybody.
Right. It's not everybody, but it's a pretty good portion of them. We got friends out there. They are absolutely so immature, and
might have just lost one.
Basically, every single thing that happens, every single thing that happens on social media to them, that is life.
Yeah.
Everything going on social media is life. And I think that is what this boils down to, is Raja was allowing social media to affect him beyond what he would have normally been. He allowed it to take him to a point beyond where he normally would have been. And again, that's not every 17 to 28-year-old, but it's a pretty good portion of them. And that has sort of become the way of the world today. Everybody thinks that they're an influencer. Everybody thinks that they're going to be the next Jake Paul or Logan Paul, or they're going to be the
next best damn commentary crew in professional wrestling doing this thing.
Well, let's hope that they don't think that, because it'll never happen.
Well, they ain't going to be that damn good, that's for sure.
But everybody thinks that they're going to be, and look, we have no visions of grandeur in this. There's two people watching this right now, and we don't care.
No, we love you both. 3 now. We got 3.
Hey.
We're breaking the stratosphere. 3.
So, look, this is visions of grandeur for people now. They think that just because they start a TikTok and
oh God.
Well, at least he's agreeing.
Well, yeah.
Hi, Diggy.
But I mean,
these people think that just because they start a TikTok or they start a thread or whatever, that they're going to be some kind of social media powerhouse in 6 months, and they're going to be making millions. And look, there are literally billions of people with accounts on all these social media sites.
Right.
And there's a handful out of a billion, there's a handful that are truly making a living doing this. And we've been doing this for over a year, and we haven't made a single penny.
No, we probably spent more money on it than we've made.
Well, absolutely.
In fact, I know we have, because we ain't never made a dime.
If you want to donate,
1 red cent.
If you want to donate to the greatest commentary team in professional wrestling,
send cash money, because we can't.
Yeah, cash.
No checks.
All tax.
No checks.
All cash.
We do take
no
change.
Tax. No tracks.
Take pennies too. Take pennies. If y'all want to get, they want to get rid of the penny, send them all to me, baby. Send them all to me. I'll take every penny you got. Y'all don't want your pennies? I'll take them. D's, P's, no mints, S's.
But again, I think that the fans, Raja's fans on Kick, hold a great deal of this responsibility. What did he say? Right.
It's all tax write-offs. Well, he corrected himself. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Well, we just don't.
Again,
we just cut the middleman out, dude.
Right.
I mean, we don't want
cut the IRS out completely.
Who needs IRS?
Cash, all cash, no tax, no tracks.
That's it. I mean, but back to what we're at. I mean, and you've got people in the wrestling community that have chimed in on this.
Mm-hmm.
Saw a Mark Henry post today. I don't know the full story, but I do know that what I saw, it looked like Jackson, wasn't smart to what was going on, and the dude that was messing with him, Stu, bit off more than he could chew. And you've got to be careful, 1, with who you're messing with, and 2, who are you as a veteran for inciting a riot with a kid? Like, I don't think he incited a riot with a kid.
Look,
I think what he did was he made a poor judgment call in taking a beer can, and you're going to mute me now. Go ahead.
No, go ahead and finish. And then
taking a beer can to a grown man's head.
Then you take the next quote here from Rusev on X. He said, "I've known and trained with Syko Stu for 15 years. He is a former U.S. Army veteran, an amazing guy. There are no excuses for what happened in that ring, praying for strong kick out." So this is a current wrestler This is someone who's still in the business, who Mark Henry, I don't know if he knows Rampage and Raja personally.
Don't know.
I don't know if he knows Stu personally. Rusev has kind of made it clear here that he knows Stu personally, but I don't know if he knows Raja and Rampage personally. That being said, these are complete opposites. It's a dichotomy here. Again, Mark is leaning toward Raja. Stu is obviously
Rusev leaning toward Stu.
Yeah. Rusev is leaning towards Stu's side. Again, I'm not picking a side by saying Raja done this and he should be locked up and he should be blah blah whatever. I do fully believe that there's criminal charges coming.
There's no doubt in my mind. I mean,
and I do believe that Raja will be found guilty.
I mean, from a criminal justice major standpoint, I see criminal charges written all over.
At the same time, I believe there is a lot of blame to go around.
I think there is too. Like I said,
and I'm not riding the fence here. I fully believe that Raja will be hit with criminal charges. I believe he should be hit with criminal charges, and I believe he will be found guilty of those criminal charges.
But I think also the promotion ought to be civilly sued until their pants fall off.
The promotion, and because the promotion should be an umbrella over everyone involved.
Yes.
I think the promotion should be held
jointly and separately.
Yes. I think the promotion should be held, they should be held financially liable for this, at least to a point. Because people within the promotion royally screwed the pooch.
You know, and you have that one wrestler that kind of got in Roger Jackson's ear. He said, I was in character. I don't buy that bullshit.
No.
Because I've heard that story before on a local level.
Yeah.
I was in character. I didn't mean what I said. You're full of shit then. You're full of shit now. I mean,
wrestlers will occasionally, and it's not all of them by any means, but wrestlers will occasionally use that as an excuse to take it too far.
Yes. Either with fans or with other wrestlers.
Yeah. Well, I was in character. I didn't, no. We've seen that in a very close proximity.
Yes.
A wrestler saying, well, I was in character. I was just playing the heel. No. You
wouldn't. And if you was, you wouldn't be playing a good one.
There's a man who we just watched this past Friday. And I believe he is picture perfect when something of this nature happens, as far as, well, I'm just playing the heel. This guy, we watched him walk up to a group of wrestlers and us, and he was himself. The moment a couple of fans were within earshot, he flipped a switch, and immediately he did not say anything to these fans, but he let them know he was a heel by turning to his manager and giving him down the road, go back to the car and get my gear.
Yes.
And the manager, being an absolute professional and knowing exactly what was going on, yes, sir. And he marched off, knowing that this wrestler already had his gear.
But that's not the point.
He marched off to go get the gear, and when the fans were gone, he come back around the corner of the building and continued the conversation where we had left off. But these two individuals are absolute pros.
So honestly, I said this before the show even started, we were probably closer in proximity to our thoughts on this than we thought we were.
Yeah.
But no, I think because here's the deal. I mean, if you take this through the legal process, there is a 2-hour stream out there.
Yeah.
That is loaded full. And I've not watched the 2-hour stream in its entirety. I saw bits and pieces. But it is loaded to the gills, full of damning evidence.
Yeah. Look, I have never even been on Kick.
I don't have a Kick account.
I've never watched Raja on anything. I was only aware of who Raja was from seeing bits and pieces of interviews and other video from Rampage Jackson, his dad. But
well, you know what? You've seen more than I had because I didn't know the boy existed until this.
Yeah. So the honest truth is, Rampage obviously he issued a statement saying,
he apologized.
You know, he apologized.
It wasn't really his place to apologize.
Yeah. But he apologized for his son. Rampage is trying to squash the fire before, smother the fire
clean up a mess.
Right. And obviously, as a father, you wouldn't expect anything less.
Well, no, it goes
but
back
also,
to what I said before. He's doing what a father would do.
Right. He's doing what a father would do, but also there are times when a father should look at his son or daughter, for that matter, and say, you made the mess, you clean it.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not holding anything against Rampage because he's doing what a father would do.
Knox Pro Wrestling condemned the act as selfish and irresponsible.
I think they should also look at themselves when it comes to saying anything irresponsible.
Irresponsible, that needs to cover them as well.
Raja Jackson actually left the venue and was later recorded ranting about being mocked and disrespected. And to this point, the LAPD has launched an investigation into the incident as a potential assault.
And there's
your charges coming.
I have heard through the grapevine, and like I said, it's all anything I get your say. It's all that Knox Pro Wrestling has instructed their employees to not cooperate outside of them with the LAPD. I'm gonna tell you something. They might want to be very careful on the legal instruction they're giving to their employees. The last people you want to pee off is a law enforcement officer.
So,
sorry, guys.
I will not name names. I will not open, but I will say this. A previous employer of mine was under investigation for several different things by several different members of the Alphabet Soup Committee.
Yeah.
And in public,
yeah,
they were telling us employees, if you are questioned about anything, be completely open and honest. Some of the higher ups within the company were mentioning it down to the next levels. Make sure that your employees are not talking to the Alphabet Soup people.
Well,
now, I will say this. My direct supervisor looked me cold in the face and he said, if you are approached by any of these Alphabet Soup people, you tell them anything they want to know. You be 100% truthful. Do not hide anything. Do not try to beat around the bush about anything. Do not get yourself in trouble over any of this.
You know, I have been in positions.
I respect him for that.
I have been in positions where you are at a job and somebody from a investigative place comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And when they come in there and they show you that pretty little badge,
yeah,
you talk to them. You tell them everything they want to know.
If they ask you a question,
I'll just go ahead and tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. I've been in places where investigators come in, lock a place down, and say, who's out here with you?
Mm-hmm.
Where are the other people on this site?
Yeah.
Okay, so-and-so's here, so-and-so's here, and there's a whole bunch of people up there.
Yeah.
Well, you need to get so-and-so out here so we can go in there.
Yeah.
No problem, we're in. But it goes back to this. Responsibility. Criminally, civilly, Roger Jackson.
Yes.
Civilly, potentially criminally, depending on. Here's the thing: you can file the charges.
Yeah.
I mean, you might not stick them, but
right,
you can file the charges. I think against the organization.
Yeah, you could say that they were criminally negligent. I think that would probably stick.
I think criminal negligence holds.
Not that I want to see that.
Look, at this point, I don't.
But at this point, I really don't care as long as this.
Here's the deal.
It all boils down to this.
Syko Stu's mother was in the audience. She watched her son go through this. I think they ought to burn the place to the ground. If you want my honest opinion, I don't care who's in charge.
I don't want to see the promotion have to
bankrupt it,
have to burn because of. I really don't, and it's not because of who the promotion is. It's not because it's Rikishi. It's not because it was tied to WWE ID at the time. No.
Doesn't matter.
The reason I don't want to see the promotion burn is because this promotion was providing a stepping stone for so many wrestlers. I hate to see any promotion have to go under just, look, should the promotion be held civilly liable? Monetarily liable? Absolutely. Should they be held criminally liable? Possibly on, criminal negligence charges? Yes. But that doesn't mean I want to see the promotion burned. I want to see them say, we made mistakes, we're going to pay for it, we're going to fix it, and then come back stronger than ever. Because I don't want to see all these guys, these men and women who are wrestling there, lose this home. Okay? That's all I'm saying there. To bring it into perspective as far as everything else goes, I don't care who is held financially responsible here as long as Stu is taken care of.
I mean, financially responsible boils down to two
entities.
Two entities.
Right? That's it.
Roger Jackson
and
Knox Pro
Knox
Wrestling. But I think that we pretty well have summed this up in a nutshell.
I do want to touch on this though. There has been some stuff floating around out there about Mr. Beast, the YouTube sensation. Mm-hmm. But Mr. Beast was one of the first to step up and offer financial support to Syko Stu, citing his background and the severity of the incident. So, because of Stu's military status, his veteran status, Mr. Beast who, by the way, is very, very wealthy.
and well known in the.
He has offered to financially assist Stu and the family, and I fully respect Mr. Beast for that. I know about some of the stuff that has been floating around about Mr. Beast in the past and in the present. I'm not touching on any of that.
No.
All I'm saying is, in this moment, I respect what Mr. Beast has said.
The thing about this is this. This incident has reignited the debates about the blurred lines between performance and real aggression in combat sports. Roger Jackson, an MMA fighter, he wasn't trained in professional wrestling, and that there's no doubt to me that his lack of training was the undoing in this. But even if he were trained and done this, I'd still feel the same way.
If he was trained, I would feel even more that he is responsible.
Absolutely.
And the only reason I cut him any slack there at all, is because he wasn't trained. And he is a young, and I'm going to say it, I don't care what anyone thinks. Roger Jackson, in that situation, in that scenario, is a young, ignorant child. And he acted as such.
Ignorant, no. Stupid, yes.
No, he was ignorant because he was ignorant to the wrestling, the profession of professional
wrestling. But he knew damn good and well what he was doing.
I never said he was ignorant to the fact that he was beating the tar out of this guy. He was absolutely aware of what he was doing there. He was ignorant to the sport of professional wrestling. He didn't understand. And that's the only thing I'm cutting him any slack on.
You cut him more than I give him, but we still agree. Long story short.
So, yes, that raises the question of the blurred lines between reality and what happens inside the ring in professional wrestling. The violence is painful.
It is, even for stuff that is known. I mean,
look at the
nose of Brock's Boulder.
The nose of Brock's Boulder, the broken maxillary of the Appalachian animal Brutus. And these are just two things that have happened very recently.
Yeah, just accidents.
Purely accidental. When we were kids, I was 16, 17. My nephews, Matt and Shane, used to come spend the night with mom and dad.
Yeah.
That's grandma and grandpa, right? And they loved when I would wrestle with them, pick them up, powerbomb them on the couch, vertical suplex. They loved it. Now, that being said, my nephew Shane, the youngest, was in kindergarten or first grade. And he got into a scuffle with another kid on the playground. And he performed a move on this kid that I had performed on him multiple times. Except Shane was not aware of how to pull that move.
Yeah.
And he broke this kid's leg. Shane's mother comes to me. She didn't actually come to me. She went to mom. Squawking off about, Walter can't be wrestling with these kids and teaching them all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. This parent could sue me and all that. Get off it. Get off it. she was letting the boy watch wrestling, believe me, he would have learned to do it. As a matter of fact, he knew enough how to do it, even without me acting the move on him. He knew the move. He asked for me to do the move. But then when he used it, he didn't know enough to pull it. And he broke this kid's leg. To be honest, kid was picking on him. It don't hurt my feelings in the least that he broke the kid's leg. Just saying.
But it goes back
like stupid games, win stupid prizes. You know what I mean?
Yes. And in this situation, I think Roger Jackson may have hit the jackpot.
Yeah. Raja played a game. And look, again, Stu played a game to start with, but he went back and he was a man and he apologized for his mistake.
Indeed.
Raja Jackson was not man enough to fully accept that apology and move on with his life. And he played that game, and I fully believe he's going to win some really stupid prizes.
Yeah. I honestly think that, like I said, I think there's a lot to happen. Well,
we've touched on this next one a couple times.
I think we done buried the one that we was talking about. We might as well go ahead and jump on something a little happier. Yeah. Last Friday, we made a little trip up to 23 to Ironton, Ohio. FTC's Midnight Madness 4. Let me tell you something. I love professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have took a job doing commentary if I did not love the sport of professional wrestling. I saw earlier today somebody posted something about friends in professional wrestling, and I don't remember the exact. They're talking about the friends they have in the professional wrestling. But anyway, I have been blessed beyond measure to make the friends that I have in professional wrestling. Now, they've been a few in professional wrestling that, well, let's just put it this way. If there's any shortage of getting third shift to act as my pallbearers in the funeral, you can grab some of them.
Yeah.
Because like third shift, they was good at letting me down.
Yeah. I always said that about day shift because I was on night shift, but I always wanted the day shift boys to be my pallbearers so they could let me down one more time.
That's it. But I mean, going up to Ironton, Ohio, and I've said it time again. We've done the shows for AOG, and this time getting to do FTC, Midnight Madness 4. It was an honor. It was a dream. It really was indeed an honor. And to all those people, we love you. Couldn't ask for a better bunch of people.
Big thanks to Joe Pace. Big thank you to Drifters Bar. That is Drifters Bar, 205 South 3rd Street.
They kept us
Ironton,
hydrated.
Ohio. Yes. And by the way, I was not drinking vodka. I was drinking nothing but ice water and Coca-Cola.
By the end of the night, I wanted a cup of water, vodka, beer.
To the fans, we love all of you. Even the ones who were letting your little heathen kids run around and knock our camera over.
Let me just stop right there. We got to address this first and foremost. People, this is not talking. This is not a representation of AOG, FTC, EPW, or any other show that I ever do. Do not let your kids climb, play, bother, or molest the equipment.
if you see a 13-foot tall tripod with a camera on top of it
and a cord
running from the camera to a laptop, do not let your kids run circles around the tripod. You have lost the plot. For the love of Pete, cause the doc to go silent for 35 minutes on camera. Cause me to have to cover for his silence for 35ve minutes. Cause me to almost trip.
I wasn't silent.
No, you weren't silent. You were sitting over there huffing.
Listen, I've been editing that damn video for 3 days. I actually let the people in my office during my shoot job on lunch listen to my rant that I had to edit out of that thing.
Yeah. But you weren't calling the match. That's what I mean by silence.
I was too.
No, you weren't. You were calling what was going on over there by a lot of colorful 4-letter words is what you were doing.
God.
Caused me to trip over your backpack, break a chair. Yes, I broke the chair.
Oh, dear God.
People,
we have too much fun doing this.
I understand it's a wrestling show and you want your kids to have fun, but for the love of Pete, don't let them play around the equipment. There was a whole street behind, a whole city block was blocked off on both ends for this, and you got to let your kids play 9 inches from our 13-foot tripod with a PTZ camera mounted on top of it. What?
God, he's tore up.
Think.
It's okay.
Use this
okay.
for more than a hat rack.
Are you feeling better now?
Yes, I'm very good. Thank you.
How are you?
Yeah.
Good to see you. Anyway,
we have the results of that card.
We do?
Yeah.
First off, and it wasn't on here, but I do want to say, congratulations to Hobo Joe.
Yes.
Winning that Battle Royale.
Yeah. Started off the night with a dark match Battle Royale.
Indeed.
We watched, 6, 7, 8 guys, something in the ring.
Somewhere around there, 7.
Yeah.
7, 8.
Hobo Joe comes out on top. We want to wish Wes Segura a speedy recovery. He did tweak his knee as he was being eliminated. Wes Segura is not always the nicest guy in the ring.
No,
but
I still don't want to see nobody get hurt.
We still don't want to see him get hurt. So there you go.
I mean, Lord have mercy. That just wouldn't be nice.
But we started the show off.
Oh, yeah.
With a fatal 4-way.
Fatal 4-way match for the AOG Championship.
Yeah. Titan Troy walking away from that fatal 4-way after a very controversial finish.
Well, as I was to understand, and we see this later on in the night.
Yes.
The match was supposed to have been an elimination.
Yes.
After Troy pinned the Dreamer Jeff Gallagher.
Yes.
And got to 3 count, it was announced that Titan Troy won the AOG Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Referee's decision is final in AOG.
Yeah.
And I respect that. Referee made a clean decision. It was announced. Troy's champion.
Yes.
I'm going to skip. Well, actually, let's go ahead next match.
Let's go ahead next, yeah.
Chance Prophet going one-on-one with Caleb Throne.
Yeah, the lunatic.
Back and forth match. Couldn't ask for much better.
Caleb Throne.
Too light.
Yes, very similar
style.
Caleb Throne showing a lot of heart there. And, yeah, Chance Prophet underestimating him quite a bit.
Yeah.
It was not a match that I expected a lot from that match, and I got a lot.
Yes, I did.
But
too.
I honestly was hoping to see Caleb Throne walk away the winner in that match, and that disappointed me just a little bit.
Indeed, Chance Prophet coming out victorious. And then Evil Nate comes back out to the ring.
Yeah.
Saying he wasn't pinned earlier in the match with Titan Troy and Lifeguard Ross and Jeff Gallagher. Lifeguard Ross comes back out. I wasn't pinned either.
Yeah.
So Titan Troy comes back out and says, you know what? You want it. Here it is. I'll be a fighting champion.
Yep.
And
give credit where it's due.
Puts the AOG title back on the line. And, you know, that match was just as good as the first.
Mm-hmm.
Back and forth. Lifeguard Ross. Everything to prove to try to win that title back.
Yeah.
You know, ultimately, Titan Troy, though,
walking away the victor.
Walking away
for a second time.
For the second time that night. And if I understood him correctly, he's got his eyes on that FTC championship.
Moving on, we see Su Yung taking on Danny Moe for the FTC women's title.
That was for number one contendership.
Number one contendership. Yeah. Su Yung actually walking away with a very hard-fought victory.
That was a hard-fought victory. Su Yung, Danny Moe, head-to-head, two of the top names in ladies wrestling in the professional wrestling circuit as far as I'm concerned. Danny Moe, of course, champion in her own right, actually holds a world record for women's match at the highest
altitude. Yeah.
So, you know, and then special guest ring announcer Jillian Hall gets back in the ring, and I assume she's going to congratulate the women.
Mm-hmm.
She does Danny Moe.
She congratulated Danny Moe.
And then she congratulated Su Yung.
And then face planted Su Yung.
And the X Factor on her, dropped her in the middle of the ring. Boom.
And then says, "You're in my house now."
Yeah. So
welcome to my yard.
Basically, Jillian Hall staking her claim, if you want my opinion.
Yeah.
Could we see more of Jillian Hall?
It's very possible.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
After that, we see a new face for us. The Box Office Blondes defeating the Dad Bod Squad in
at least half the Dad Bod Squad.
Well, half the Dad Bod Squad and Timothy Flowers.
Yeah.
Who had positioned himself in the audience.
You know, it was dark, and I didn't recognize it was Flowers until he got in the ring and let his hair down.
Yeah, once the bandana had fell away and his hair fell down, I realized, hey, man, that's Timothy Flowers.
Yeah.
So that was actually a really fun match. I actually enjoyed calling that essentially blind because we were unaware of names of anyone in that match other than Timothy Flowers. And, well, the box office flops, the box office blondes, they each got their own name courtesy of the excellence of elocution.
That's why you are who you are. And you give names to people. You write songs that make the world sing.
Dad Bod Squad, half of the Dad Bod Squad. That guy really surprised me.
Hey,
how good he was.
They honestly, they all done a tremendous job. Yeah. They really and honestly did. And next match up, two names that we are familiar with. First off, we start out with that no count, big mouth, A. Dick Vickers.
Yeah.
Coming out there.
His mama named him right.
She sure did. Introducing his client, Handsome Nick Hamrick.
And I'm going to say it again. I've said it 1,000 times at this point. Dick Vickers has a set of lungs that would make Spanish soccer announcers jealous.
He does. I will give him that.
And he's always there to back his client. So
he does. But his client had his hands full.
With the bully's bully.
That's it. Brock's Boulder coming out. 1-on-1. Handsome Nick Hamrick. And that was a great match. Back and forth. In and out of the ring. These guys really tearing the place down. Mm-hmm. I mean, no doubt about it. And then Hamrick going for the foreign object.
Mm-hmm. Didn't just go for it. He
used it. Cracked Brox in the head, dropped him like a sack of taters, went for the pin, got to 3, and then the referee saw it.
The referee seen the top of those brass knucks sticking out of the top of the tights of Nick Hamrick. He's, hold up, wait a minute, come back, restart this match.
Yeah. And Brock Boulder picked up the win.
Coming away victorious.
That's it.
Not before Vickers would run around. And look, we're still waiting on the match is going on.
Yeah.
And Vickers runs around behind the commentary table, steals my microphone, and begins to rant feverishly. And I honestly, I couldn't even tell you half of what he said.
He come around there with that possum on his head.
Yeah.
And
you should have snatched him.
I was trying to get it off of him.
You should have snatched him.
I was trying to get that thing off of him. I thought it was eating him up. I thought we was going to have a knock him out John moment.
Yeah.
He going to climb a pole somewhere and start squalling. Oh, shoot this thing.
Oh, shoot this thing.
Paul Vickers looked like he could have used a Pop-All L8 after that.
I think at least
it might do him some good to drink him more.
At least a 4-pack of that Pop-All flavored L8 probably would have straightened him right out.
I'd say it would. It might even make him grow hair.
Doubtful. You seen top of that head?
Well, yeah, but I mean, he can't help it.
Looks like, those baboons that have the red butt cheeks? When he's at the very end of that, it starts glowing red like a baboon's took us.
Like a wild turkey when he sees a hen walking up the hill at him.
Yeah. His head turned red.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
And then the main event in a Ironton Street Fight.
Literally.
I'm going to tell you something, and I wish the camera could have followed it. The natural Chase Stevens going 1-on-1 with the Monster Misery. And that thing was a barn burner.
It started in the ring. It went out of the ring. It circled the ring. It went down behind us onto the sidewalk. Through
and let me just say something real quick. Neither one of them people bothered the camera.
No, none of them. They were literally fist fighting through the middle of the street, and they never touched that tripod.
That's it.
But they went around behind us, circled around, come through some garbage cans on the sidewalk, ended up through the door of Drifter's Bar, through some tables, chairs.
They fought all over that bar. I've seen footage.
Yeah, they fought all over that bar. Back out into the street, back out next to the ring, circled the ring again, back into the ring, and then a table got involved. Yeah.
And then the box office blinds got involved.
Yeah.
And then the returning Jock Sampson got involved.
Yeah. And what appeared to be Sampson going to take advantage of Misery being held by the Box Office Blondes? Kind of flipped.
Yeah. Of course, Misery responsible for Jock Sampson being away from FTC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Hey,
there's something afoot.
Well, yes, but Misery ended up walking away with the win there, defeating Chase Stevens in a just outrageous Ironton Street Fight.
Indeed.
And that ended our night in Ironton.
That it did.
By the way, to the people at IHOP of Ashland, you probably need to hire more people.
Yeah.
So if you fired the little dude that
normally waits on us,
you messed up.
Yeah.
You messed up.
Go get him back.
Go get him back.
Go get little dude back.
That was the most horrible.
It's the latest Dutch Mantel episode.
It was a herpes outbreak in WWE. Well, I mean, sunny days, I guess.
Dutch is great. I love. If y'all don't watch Story Time with Dutch, you're missing out.
Sunny days.
Oh my God! But no, honestly, great night in Ironton, Ohio. Hopefully, we will be back.
There's DJ ALX walking through
getting
here.
awake. Looks like he'd been asleep.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, he'd been in there with the lights off on that
Vidya game.
game.
You know how they are. But no, it was an awesome night in Ironton, and like I said, hopefully one way or the other with AOG or FTC, we will be back calling action sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Do want to talk about a few coming events if you want to.
Yes, absolutely.
Appalachian Championship Wrestling Friday, September 5th, first Friday fights in Ashland, Kentucky. Check out their Facebook page. Also, Friday, September the 19th, Slam Plaza 4 with Regatta Pro Wrestling. That's like Plaza, Charleston, West Virginia. Bell time 6 p.m. That's free show. Saturday, September 27th, Extreme Impact, Dayton Sports Complex, Dayton, Ohio. Card show starting 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Then wrestling beginning at 6 p.m. Admission $10. Front row $79. Is that right?
Looks like it.
That may be. Double check that one, guys. I may be wrong. Route 33 Wrestling, Saturday, September the 6th, the Armory, 207 Main Street, Spencer, West Virginia. Doors open 6 p.m., bell time 7. Sir, will you take us through the rest of this?
I absolutely will.
Thank you.
We have upcoming for Elevate Pro Wrestling, Saturday, September 27th. Elevate Pro Wrestling presents Ground Zero in Oliver Springs, Tennessee. We have a match lineup for that one, Elevate Pro Wrestling title match. Xander Storm with Mr. 5-Star Charlotte Craig, the 5-Star Dawn, versus Jamie Myra Jr. We also have a no disqualification match. It is a return match. Brutus, the Appalachian Animal, looking for a little revenge after that broken cheekbone at the hands of Michael Gabriel. Again, that is a no disqualification match. The Next Level Championship will also be on the line. The American Spartan, Zach Apollyon, versus Hyper Rage Chris Kendrick. We have a number one contenders match for the EPW tag team titles. Jake Rayner and Grant Dooley will take on Andrew Thomas and Michael Amado. Skyven will be going one-on-one in a triple threat between Skyven, Jordan Maiva, and Repic. That should be a banger.
That indeed.
And then we have a
Hoss match.
Hoss match, yes. It is a Hoss match between Javen Myra and Zach Abstract. And we will see Nakeem the Dream and Ethan Hire taking on Double Stuffed.
That's going to be a card.
That should be a great card.
And I've got a gut feeling that there might be more to that.
There very well could be. I have heard through the grapevine that there may be over the top type situation.
I've heard that it's one of them situations they coming out of the woodwork.
Yes.
Go ahead through the rest of them.
So also with Elevate Pro Wrestling, we have shows coming up Saturday, October the 4th in Loyal Gymnasium, Loyal, Kentucky. And then Saturday, October 25th, November 29th, and December 27th. 3 months in a row, we will be back in Oliver Springs, Tennessee. All shows for Elevate Pro Wrestling. General admission $10. Kids under 3 get in free. Those are all set to be fantastic shows.
Indeed. Also, Toy Stock Collectible Convention, Saturday, October 11th at the Benny Temple, 100 Courier Street, Charleston, West Virginia. Starts at 10 a.m. featuring Shane Douglas, Marty Jannetty, Hornswoggle, and Eddie Deason. We'll have vendors, food trucks, vintage toys, comics, records, and more. That one brought to you by the good people at Time Warp.
And as always, all cards are subject to change.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
Now, we're getting down to the wire on this one, man.
Yeah. Well, we've been on almost 2 hours now, so
we've done wore these people out.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna name that card tonight.
We've bounced between
there it is
0 viewers and about 4 viewers at one point.
And now we're back to 0.
And now we're back to 0, but it's okay because they'll watch us later.
That's it. And if they ain't watched us, they'll watch us next time. Do want to say a special thank you to our good friends at Time Warp at 500 Winchester Avenue, the side of Belks in the Ashland Town Center Mall. We actually stopped down there on the way up to Ironton.
Mm-hmm.
So, Earl, if you watch this, we stopped to see you. You were down there at the tattoo convention, probably getting a tattoo of Roy Orbison on your derriere.
You know, we left Pikeville to go to Ashland to see Earl. Earl had left Ashland to go to Pikeville to do a show.
I guarantee he's come to see us, what he's come to see.
Well,
truth be told of it. Also want to say a big thank you to JR, the good people at Walk-In Time, 1626 6th Avenue, Charleston, West Virginia. Great place. Go out, enjoy. They got some great items, toys, stuff that you wish to God you'd have held on to. I always say it. And again, to our friends at Drifters Bar, 205 South 3rd Street, Ironton, Ohio. Get out. If you all want to have a good evening and a great place, Drifters Bar is the place to be. Got good food, good drinks.
Yeah.
Karaoke. They've got everything going on.
Live music, karaoke.
You never know when a fight might break out.
And look, there were some people.
Don't start it. Don't start it.
There was some people walking around outside there at the show Friday night with some fantastic looking food. Looked like there was some burgers and hot dogs and nachos and all kinds of stuff. So it's not just a place to go drink and party. It's also they have great food and live music again and karaoke and all kinds of different stuff. And they're always doing shows, possibly outside shows, just like the wrestling show was. And hey, look. Check out Drifters.
Always something. Go ahead, take us through the rest of it.
I'd like to give a shout out to FTC's Art of Grappling, 110 South 4th Street, Ironton, Ohio. This is FTC's Art of Grappling puts on some of the best wrestling in the country, best independent shows around, and they're also one of, if not the best, training facility
they are
in the area.
If you want my honest opinion, they won't never take credit for it, but I think that regionally, top notch.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get better.
Also, a big shout out to Bob and John at the Indie Wrestling Experience.
Indie Wrestling Experience.
Love you guys. I love your show. What you're doing for independent wrestling, giving them a secondary or even tertiary stage to kind of highlight them, spotlight. It's a fantastic thing, and we love you guys. Appreciate all you do. Big shout out to our friends at the Wrestling Society Network, thewrestlingsocietynetwork.com, Wrestling Society Network on Facebook. Check out their app on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Prime. And again, I have to check and see if their standalone app is available. Let's do that right now.
Maybe not, but I know they're working on it.
I'm going to do that right now. Wrestling Society Network. No, it is not up yet. At least not on Google Play. So that is they'll get it there.
It's getting there. It's coming.
So be on the lookout for that. Huge thank you to Brady, Brox, Bear, Amy, and a whole host of other people who have worked so hard to put that together. It is coming soon. And last but not least, a big shout out to my wonderful wife, Sheena Dixon at Sheena Dixon Photography for all your photography needs. School's coming back in. You've got school pictures, photos, prom, homecoming, sports photos, graduation, senior pics, whatever the case may be. She does Mommy and Me and a bunch of other stuff, all different holiday variations, family photos. Doc says weddings and funerals and divorces. She hasn't had any funerals or divorces yet, but check her out at Sheena Dixon Photography on Facebook. That's kind of it, Doc. We're burning it to the ground at this point.
An hour and 49 minutes, might as well say an hour and 50 minutes. It's been a great night. Hopefully we didn't run everybody off. We might have put them to sleep. Possibly. It looked like everybody going to bed now, so I guess you know what time it is, don't you?
It is time to piss on the fire and call the dogs, Doc.
That's it. For the Excellence Fellowcution, Walter Dixon, I'm the Doctor of Professional Wrestling, Mike Blankenship, PhD. We will be back next week with more cussing and discussing. So, as always, y'all stay safe out there, and until next time, so long from the Bluegrass State.